Good evening, everyone. I've entitled this video "No Mobile Homes in Heaven." No mobile homes in heaven. There's not going to be any mobile homes in heaven. I own a little mobile home park, and the last 13 years or however long we've had them, it's been amazing how many people have come and gone. You know, I'm looking for a permanent home, not a temporary home. I got a kick one time. I sent a link out on a song that Albert E. Brumley wrote. I'm camping in Canaan's land, and this person says, I'm not going to want to camp in Canaan's land. I want to stay there. We're not going to be camping in heaven. We're going to have a permanent residence for eternity in heaven. No RVs, no campers, no tents, no mobile homes, no temporary living shelters. We're going to have a permanent residence in heaven. However long you live down here on the earth, compared to eternity, is nothing. Even if you live as long as my dad lived to be 92. That's nothing compared to eternity. Think about it. I don't want to camp in Canaan's land. I want to live there. This day, he told the thief on the cross, this day you will be with me in paradise. This day. Well, paradise. What is paradise? Have you ever looked up the definition of paradise? Total bliss and tranquility. Nothing lacking. Nothing lacking. Everything we would ever want or need is what is in paradise. Down here, there's oftentimes lack. I get a lot of requests on Facebook for money, for this, for that, for the other. People must think I have deep pockets, but I don't. I'm sorry, I can't help everybody that asks for help. But you know what? If you're a child of grace, one of these days you won't ever have to ask for money. You'll never have to ask for food. You'll never have to ask for car repairs, or you'll never have to ask for money for medical bills or orphans. It'll all be provided for us in heaven. How often do you think on these things? This is just a temporary station down here. We're just kind of on a stopover. That's all it is. I had a fella come up and visit me one time. Came up here from California on Amtrak, and we met him in Kansas City and picked him up and brought him down to Pineville. And he told me on his trip, I guess it was like a 3-day trip on the train, you know. And he said it was nice and everything, but that was 3 long hours, 3 long days of a trip on Amtrak to get up here. And when he got ready to go home, I said, well, are you going to go back on the Amtrak? He goes, no, I think I'm going to catch a plane and go home. He goes, that's a long, long trip on the train. Does it feel like a long trip on this train while you're down here on Earth? Sometimes it seems like a long trip to me. You know? Another thing about heaven is there's not going to be any night there. And there's not going to be any sun there because Christ himself's going to be the light. So no night in heaven. Just think of all the long nights just think of all the long sleepless nights you've had while you're living down here. There's not going to be any sleepless nights in heaven. No flat tires in heaven. I live down here on these curvy mountains, and they're hard on tires. The other day I had a tire blowout on one of my vehicles. I barely got it home. No flat tires in heaven. No blown head gaskets in heaven. You know. No mechanical failures in heaven. No furnaces or air conditioning going out. No engines blowing up. You know, it's going to be quite a place to live. You know, no houses burning down to the ground. One night I got a call like 1 o'clock in the morning. One of my rental properties burnt to the ground, and my maintenance man was all upset, screaming on the phone. I said, calm down, Rob. He goes, you know, I got some really bad news, really bad to tell you. That house burnt to the ground. And I started laughing because it was vacant at the time, thank God. And I started laughing. He goes, what are you laughing about? And I said, look at it like this, Rob. You won't ever have to worry about collecting rent on that property anymore. He said, I can't believe you. I go, well, there's no use crying over spilt milk. It's gone, man. You can't bring it back. You know? Remember what David did when his baby died? He prayed until he found out his baby was dead, and then he went and ate. They go, we can't believe you're eating. He goes, I can't bring the baby back. Can't bring him back. Well, anyway, that's kind of tonight. What I have on my mind is that we can get preoccupied with all these things down here on earth, all the worries and challenges, and health challenges, financial challenges, family challenges. All that's going to be wiped away when we get to the New Jerusalem. I'm looking forward to that day. The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking for that celebration time. Are you looking forward to that day? I hope you are. You know, The new Jerusalem coming down out of God, out of heaven, prepared for a bride. We'll sit down, and I wonder if Christ will prepare a fish fry for us like he did the disciples. Come and dine, he said. Come and dine, the Master calleth, come and dine. You may feast at Jesus' table all the time. Turn the water into wine. Well, I hope the good Lord goes with you tomorrow. Tomorrow's my son's birthday. He'll be 47 years old. So might not have quite as much activity on our broadcast tomorrow because I'm going to take Mark out for lunch. But anyway, may you have a good night and look forward to the coming King of Kings and Lord of Lords. God bless.